Today I'm going to show you how much I got paid for 3 months of being monetized on YouTube, specifically for the expat and travel niche.
Oh, my knee. I hurt my knee. Don't worry, I didn't hurt the camera.
And I'm sure that the numbers will actually surprise you, but is it enough to grab those resignation papers and throw them at your boss? And I'm also going to explain some of the personal challenges that I've had with AdSense, getting monetized, and why I actually haven't been paid as much as I should. But before we get into the numbers, if you haven't met me, I'm Marcus. I've lived in 5 different countries, and my channel is helping people move abroad, so expat related content and travel. But how long did it take me to get monetized? It took me approximately 6 months, and now I wasn't consistently posting, I wasn't taking it 100% serious for the whole 6 months, but towards the last 3 to 4 months I certainly did, and that's when I saw the most growth. A big challenge for travel influencers or YouTubers is if you're moving from country to country, people would subscribe to you for different things. So I have different series in different countries of where I've lived. Some people subscribe and they just want to see Georgia, the country Georgia. Some just want to see Vietnam. And some just want to see broad range content. So when this happens, of course, it's going to be a bit harder to grow. When I upload a video, I'll typically lose a couple of subscribers in the first 5 to 10 minutes because it's people that aren't interested in the country I'm talking about. Now, if you specialize in one country, such as there's a lot of friends that I have that do YouTube and they specialize in Vietnam, then you're not going to have that same issue. But personally for me, I don't want to be boxed into just one country. So let's talk about when I actually got monetized. And this is actually very important, or else it's going to confuse you later on when you see my numbers. I got monetized technically 3 months ago, but I had a second YouTube channel about 13 years ago that I had with AdSense. Now, if you're unaware, when you join the partnership program on YouTube, you need to create an AdSense account, and this is how you get paid. But I was going through a problem called the step 2 problem, where it kept rejecting me no matter how many times I applied. And I tried to contact Google and YouTube, and they weren't particularly helpful because they just wouldn't tell you anything. So after about a month and a half of trying, I remembered I had an old AdSense account to my very old gaming channel 13 years ago, and I tried to remember the password and I logged in and I deactivated it. Now, when that happened, I actually got monetized. But here comes the second problem, and especially if you're looking to get into the travel niche and you live abroad, you're going to want to hear this because it will save you a lot of frustrations and time. When you're doing your AdSense application, especially for tax, it's going to ask you a question. Who are you a tax resident for? Now, I was at the time a tax resident of Georgia, the country Georgia, not America. I'm an Australian myself. So, since I'm not a tax resident, I left Australia many years ago, I'm a tax resident of Georgia, I put Georgia in. And it all worked, everything worked out. Until they wanted to pay me, until I got my paycheck, they basically told me that they needed more identification. Now the issue is I don't have any government identification in Georgia because I don't need it. Because you get 365 days visa free and you just enter the country and come back in, you don't need any ID. So I couldn't prove that I lived in Georgia despite owning property there, and me telling them that, they weren't interested. So I had to close that AdSense account down, and while it showed I got paid, I didn't actually earn any money because it was connected to the wrong AdSense account. So I created a new AdSense account and put Australia on, which I didn't want to do because I'm not a tax resident of Australia, but there is no way around it. So if you're considering creating a YouTube channel and getting monetized and you don't have government IDs in the country you're currently living in, make sure that you do your original country, or else it's going to be a huge pain. And you'll have to deal with huge headaches like I just dealt with. So here is my YouTube dashboard. This is what the creators see. And currently I have 2,200 subscribers, which is amazing. Got an extra 1,200 in 3 months, which I'm very happy about. But I know what you're waiting for. Waiting for how much did I earn? So let's have a look. So in the past 28 days, I earned $125.50. And this is, I'll just open it up for you. You can see how this goes. I only uploaded 2 videos this month. And this last video, which did this massive jump, this was a video where I spoke about Malaysia and Vietnam. It's one of my best performing videos. So that's where you see this massive jump to $22.83, which was huge for me. It's by far the biggest. But if we go to the 90 days, which is when I was monetized, you're going to see that I earned $241.44. Now you might see something weird here, and this is what I was talking to you about earlier. So this whole time here is when I was posting, and this I wasn't getting paid at all this whole time. All this money you see, I've never seen any of it. And then you see it goes to $0. This is when I swapped my AdSense account, and then I started getting paid from this day, August 8th. So I actually didn't post in a whole month and a half because I wasn't getting paid from YouTube. And I was well aware of that, and I was getting very frustrated. And the funny thing is, the first money that I ever earned from YouTube wasn't actually from AdSense, it was from consulting. And if you'd like to book a consulting call, you can certainly do so. I'll have a link at the bottom in the comments. But this is how much money I have earned in total, $241.44. And guess what? I still have seen $0 of it. But hopefully in 2 to 3 days time, I will get paid $120. So I wanted to show you something quickly, and I've just swapped the camera around for a different angle, is how all views aren't created equal. So this is my second most popular video, and it has 37,000 views. You can see $61, which is great. But how this works is, if I go to my revenue tab, you get paid per 1,000 views. That's how much advertisers will pay. So what advertisers will pay me for this video is $1.66 per 1,000 views. So that $60 number looks great, but this is actually one of my worst performing videos in terms of money, RPM. So if we go to another video, which is why Russians are flocking to Da Nang, it only has 3,500 views, but it has $15.95, which is great technically. But if you look how much the advertisers are paying, it's $4.56 per 1,000 views. Now the reason that this happens is, depending on where the person is, such as the other one was basically mainly Malaysians, Malays advertisers aren't willing to pay as much for Malays as someone as an American. Americans, Australians are typically the highest paid to advertise to. So you always will have these different discrepancies when you go across and create different videos, and it also accounts for what the topic is. So if you're talking about money, money always does well. If I'm just talking about something completely random, it doesn't do as well. Despite me not earning a whole lot of money, I am still going to continue because it can only go up, and I love what I do. And if you're interested in seeing what life is like in Vietnam, currently Nha Trang, please click on this video link here, and please like and subscribe if you appreciated the transparency. Thank you so much.